Hi guys, I just wanted to bring you a quick update. So I mentioned in my last video that the officials at Hawaii were saying that a tsunami is not going to happen. It's a false message being spread. That would include the messages that I'm giving you. So they're basically saying that the messages that I'm giving you are false. Hawaii officials have moved to quash fears of an impending tsunami after locals worried the Kilauea volcano eruption could cause a devastating earthquake. Islanders remain on a high alert amid the eruption, which has so far seen lava spewing from 20 giant cracks in roads and land, destroying 37 buildings and damaging hundreds more. There are fresh code red warnings for toxic levels of sulfur dioxide, and aircraft are also under a red alert after a dangerous ash cloud pumped volcanic smog up to 12,000 feet into the air. All of this you're aware of. Residents in the Puna district have been told to prepare for emergency evacuation in the event of gas emissions or further volcanic eruptions. Panicked residents flooded Hawaii's Civil Defense Agency with calls after reports of a tsunami were spread on social media, but officers quickly dismissed the rumors as false. A spokesman said the Hawaii Civil Defense Agency has received several inquiries from media and the public asking about the potential for a tsunami to affect other counties. This is a false message being spread. According to the Hawaiian Volcano Observatory, there is no geological evidence for an tsunami-generated earthquake at this time. Now, I'll point that last time to emphasize on at this time. It doesn't mean that there's no geological evidence at all. It just means at this time. But the next report goes on to say, Hawaii volcano eruption to spark more frequent earthquakes, raising tsunami risk. Hawaii volcano, Kilauea's unstoppable eruption, is triggering earthquakes that could become more frequent and cause a tsunami, experts have warned. And that's exactly the scenario we're talking about. Volcano erupting, generating an earthquake generating a tsunami affecting the west coast and the countries around the Pacific Rim. Pretty much what we've been saying for the last couple of weeks. A magnitude 4.4 earthquake rattled the volcano's main crater on Wednesday at 8:30 a.m. local time, immediately followed by a 3.9 tremor originated in the summit region of Kilauea. In the 11 hours that followed, Hawaii's Big Island was shaken by 27 less intense quakes, raising fears a new eruption was on its way. There was no immediate report of injuries, but many roads and buildings still standing have been badly damaged. The Hawaii Civil Defense urged people to stay alert and said, if the earthquake was strongly felt in your area, precautionary checks should be made for any damages, especially to utility connections or gas, water, and electricity, which is utility connections. This unrelenting seismic activity is caused by the level of lava dropping in the main crater. The USGS Hawaiian Volcano Observatory said in a statement, as deflation continues, strong earthquakes in the area around Kilauea Volcano Summit are expected to continue and may become more frequent. The Pacific Tsunami Warning Center said the earthquakes that had occurred so far were not large enough to cause a tsunami, but a larger quake could trigger the phenomenon and bring devastation to the coast of Big Island. So you've got one organization, the Hawaiian Volcano Observatory, saying there's no evidence of any sort of tsunami going to be taking place. And then you've got the, who was it again, who said it? The Pacific Tsunami Warning Center, so the people that actually deal with tsunamis, saying the quakes that have happened so far are not big enough to cause a tsunami, but a larger quake, something that we've talked about, could cause the tsunami. The magnitude 6.9 earthquake that struck Hawaii Island earlier in May did generate a very small tsunami, as pointed out by Dr. Charles McCree, director of the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center. He added, it's enough to let us know that the earthquakes did cause the ocean to move, and it did generate a small tsunami. So, this month, earlier in May, there was a little small tsunami, and these people, the Hawaiian Volcano Observatory is saying there's no risk of a tsunami, but the Tsunami Warning Center is saying if the quakes get bigger, there will be. And as the lava, as I've mentioned before, as the lava drops down in that crater and the potential for groundwater leaking into the crater increases, the chance of explosive eruption increases. And then you've got, as I mentioned before, the possibility of it coming from Japan as well, or the Japan area. Japan is very seismically active, and they have had a giant earthquake and tsunami there before. They are currently undergoing more seismic activity. And at this point in time, if the earthquakes get bigger, or it becomes like a mega thrust earthquake, then it could generate a tsunami in the Japan area, which would affect the Hawaii, the Big Island, the volcano there, which would in turn continue to affect the tsunami already in existence, and it would affect the west coast as well. So there's a lot of things going on. Some organizations saying it's not possible, while others are saying it is possible if the quakes get bigger. I'm on the other side. I'm I'm right with them there. If the quakes do get bigger, then a tsunami is definitely possible. So just something to watch for. And the last thing I want to just reiterate here is the last dates of May that I have, which is the 18th, which I already mentioned. That is coming from the 15 and the 3, which is represented by the letter C, if that's how it's interpreted. Connect them together as the 15 is joined on to the C, or the 3, representation of number 3. So that could be 18, something happening there. As it's attached to this C, which appears to be an upside down tsunami wave, it could be that on the 18th, that's what they're saying there. But then again, you've also got the 2 and the 1, which I interpreted as 12 before. It has been interpreted as 21 again. I'm going back to that, which is 21. And then you've got the V on Obama's forehead, obviously, which is the reference to 22 possibly, or even to the 5. And then outside on the wall in the graffiti, we have the Psalm 23. So we've got, from what I'm interpreting here in relation to the volcano, we've got the volcano erupting on the 3rd, which is represented by the letter C. On the 12th, the volcano became more active. On the 15th, we had the ash eruption. On the 18th, which is tomorrow, there's the asteroid, apparently a close flyby of an asteroid. As I mentioned that before, it's the day before the royal wedding, which could be the red wedding. And then 5 days after that, on the 23rd, is the day that North Korea was supposed to be shutting down this nuclear site. But considering what they're saying about possibly dropping out, it may be that they don't do that. That remains to be seen. So there's a lot of things happening in the next couple of days. I don't really deal with asteroids a lot. I mentioned them a couple of times before. The reason I don't deal with them is because they're so much harder to prove. You know, they're not on the Earth. But considering one of the things that happens during the tribulation time coming from the Bible is something like a great mountain burning on fire is thrown into the sea. And then you've got the references of a great star falling as well, or a star falling down to Earth. It could be that that's referencing what we call an asteroid or a meteor. We've had a lot of references to that in media, Armageddon, Deep Impact, and the Avengers, Age of Ultron. A lot of references to meteors striking the Earth. Don't know if that's going to happen, but it's something that I'm going to present as a possible interpretation. Sorry, not as a possible interpretation, it's a possible scenario. So tomorrow, just be aware that we have an asteroid flyby. According to NASA, it's not going to strike the Earth, but again, NASA can't be trusted in either way. So whether there's an asteroid or not, I don't know. Whether it will strike the Earth or not, I don't know. But the potential is there, so I'll just put that down. That's obviously coming up tomorrow, and it could be that it's connected to a tsunami. Obviously, if an asteroid crashed into the ocean, we would get a tsunami from that. It is the 18th tomorrow, which this could interpret it as. So just something to watch for. And then we've got the 21st, which may be indicated by the seeds in the apple. Something may happen on that day in relation to the volcano, considering the seeds are inside of the apple and the volcano is on the apple, and it appears that the apple is all about the volcano. Maybe something happens on the 21st. And we also have, as I think I mentioned it in my last video, I'm not sure if it was in one of the videos that I made but didn't post, but I was mentioning the 17 down here earlier in the scene kind of unfolding. You have a way of looking at it 2 ways, really. You can see it as an X and a 1, which could be the number 11, or you can see it as a 1 and a 7, which could be 17. And the 17th is today. At the moment, it is 1:58 in the afternoon on the 17th of May over here in the UK. So maybe something happens today in association with the pound. We'll see. Obviously, we're on the day, so it's not really like we have to wait very long to see if anything does happen in association with the pound or the stock market on the 17th. Then we've got the 18th, the 21st, the 22nd, as represented by the B on Obama's head, or possibly the 5th, as I mentioned before. And then as we go outside of the, well, it's frozen now, too many jumps. So yeah, as we go outside of the classroom, you guys are already well aware of the 23, which is outside of the classroom, which again could just correspond to May, because I mean 2 and 3 is 5. May is the 5th month, and the number 23 has been focused on a lot. So again, the 23rd pops up, and as I said, that's the day that North Korea was supposed to be shutting down their nuclear site. Instead, they may do some sort of provocation, maybe launch a missile to show their strength. These are all just suppositions. They remain to be seen, but I think the main thing I just wanted to kind of focus or point out is the fact that one organization was saying that a tsunami is not possible, but the actual organization that deals with tsunamis are saying it is possible if the quakes get bigger. And as the lava drops down in that crater, the quakes are going to get bigger. So expect a tsunami at some point. The dates I've mentioned, it may happen on those, or it may not at all. These are just interpretations. So one more time, 17 today, 18 tomorrow, the 21st. Obviously basically it's just a week. I'm just gonna say a week, because like I'm thinking about the days I mentioned. It's pretty much the whole week. So 17th today, 18th tomorrow, 19th is the royal wedding or the red wedding, depending on how that works out. The 21st may be indicated in the seeds of the apple. The 22nd may be indicated on the V of Obama's head, and the 23rd, that may be referenced in the Psalm 23, and the same day I've already mentioned, so I'm not going to go over it again. You guys, I would suggest, just before I go, if you got time, just enjoy your day. Just spend it with your family, spend it with your friends, go to the park, read a book, watch a movie or something, just enjoy your day. Obviously, don't forget to read your Bible and pray and do all the other things that you're supposed to do on a daily basis. But find some fun in the day. Don't let it all be about doom and gloom, because at the end of the day, if it's to happen, it will happen. Really, I don't think there's any changing that. If it's biblical prophecy, it's not going to be changed. It is going to go ahead. All we can do is keep our faith in God and try and live our lives right. With that, you guys, have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and God bless.